Hello, hello. Happy Wednesday. Welcome to Stamping A to Z. I'm Linda Gibbs. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in Canada. Stamping A to Z is my weekly live that I do. I usually demonstrate 3 cards, usually, give or take, depending on what's happening. Last week was our walkthrough through the catalog. Today is episode 162. I am going to be using the Layers of Beauty, which is one of our new bundles in the new annual catalog. I didn't show how to make. I posted a card from this sweet, it's not sweet, bundle a couple weeks ago. And so I'm going to make that one for you today, show you how to make it, and 2 others, just hopefully give you some ideas on how you can use it in different ways. And if you only have pieces of parts, this will show you how to use it as well. Anyways, what other, there's not too much, well, there's not too much. There's the great special right now for May on top of the new catalog. It is our starter kit, which is being offered for the usual $135. You get to pick $165 worth of product, but on top of that, you get for free, you get all the in color, you get a set of cardstock, you get all 5 ink pads, you get the markers. I don't know where my sheet went that had, hang on. What is that? Oh, and the designer. I don't have it printed in color. You get all of these things, which is $112 value. On top of the $165 worth of stuff. To boot, there's no shipping. Shipping is free when you do the starter kit. And if you live in Alberta, there's no tax. For other provinces, there's just no GST. So there would be whatever other taxes on top of that. So it's a really, really good special. If you want to join my team, I'd be happy to have you. If you just want to get the starter kit and get your discount, that's great. If you want to do it as business, that's great too. So what it supports whatever. It's very easy. There's no really commitment. So yeah, if you are wanting the new in colors, or you just want a whole bunch of stuff for a very low price, now's the time to do it. Okay, let me get you turned around, since I think that's all I had for today, and we'll get started on our cards. Okay, oh, I keep forgetting this new setup. It's very high and I'm not tall enough to see. I forgot to mention, if you're watching, please say hi. Let me know you're watching. If you would like to hit the share button, I would greatly appreciate that. It's the best compliment you can give. All right, just trying to find the live here so I can see what I'm showing you. Here we go. We'll see. I put a booster up here now. Hopefully my iPad doesn't freeze up. Hi, Linda. Hi, Yolande. Nice to see you. All right, so you might hear a bit of a, I don't have the best voice today. I've been getting over a cold. I had a nasty, nasty cough. All right, so this is the Layers of Beauty bundle. It comes with, you can get just the stamp set, and if you get the dies, you also, actually they are separate. You can get just the decorative masks, or just the dies, or the stamp set, or you can get all 3 together in a bundle to save 10%. My first card I'm going to show you is actually using just the stencils, so you can see how you can use only the stencils if you're on a budget and can't get all of it. I did use the dies to cut it out, but you can always fussy cut it. So yeah, let's get started. The one thing I didn't demonstrate, which I wanted to point out, is this beautiful card where they used white embossing powder and then did the coloring in, which is absolutely beautiful. So that's just another way that I didn't use today. It can be found on page 57 of the annual catalog. Okay, so we've got the stamp set, we've got the masks, stencils, I guess they call them masks, not stencils, and the dies. So one thing to note with the dies is that there's a large die that cuts out this whole flower, but there's this one that cuts out, whoop, as I drop it, it cuts out just the largest of the flowers, so you can stack it or whatever. So that's kind of nice. I kind of wish that they had a separate flower also, but you can just cut out the one I'll show you, and then put it on top and just do the one set. Maybe I'll try that with this one. I did 2 separate ones on this one originally, but we can try with just the one and see. We'll see what happens. Okay, so our first card. Grab all this stuff here. So I wanted to show you, if you have limited supplies and limited colors, you know, you don't always have everything. So we have our stencils here. And then some papers. Okay, so I did do a background. Let me just figure out which one it is. This one, I should have run it through straight, but I used this beautiful new Dotted Circles 3D embossing folder, which, oh, apparently I have, oh, yeah, I did. I've started, instead of having to undo the sticky flap at the back, I just cut the top off, open it up, and then it's easy to get it in and out. So if you haven't thought of that, it's a good way to do it. I love how deep these dots are. I'm just gonna run it through quickly. Grab my Big Shot here. I hadn't pulled it out because I forgot that I was doing that. I guess I have a bit more room now. Now normally you guys would see me use, actually I'll grab one. I like to wet my paper a little bit before running it through. It breaks less and takes to the, so I'm just gonna wet it with a baby wipe. And you can see it's curling a bit, but it'll flatten out once we're in here. I'm gonna put the circle kind of in the center. And then you always put the spine going first, so you don't, break it as you go. It's a lot more slippery when you put it on top of all sorts of papers. Okay, and then we've got that beautiful background. You could use it either way. I like it with the dots up. Okay, so we've got those pieces. Now we will work on our beautiful flowers here. Okay, so I've got, like I said, I did a small one separate on my original, but we'll try with just a single paper here. So I'm gonna tape down my paper so it doesn't move. Hopefully it's kind of, the sun's trying to come out, but it's been cloudy today. So hopefully my thing is bright enough. I don't have a lot of light in here still, but it looks like on my iPad, it looks like it's bright. All right, so this is number 1. They are, these masks are etched. I don't know if you can see. they have a number etched in them. Oops, too close. Anyways, so they are numbered, but you can pretty much do them in any number. And then they have the little notch. So if you want to line it up, you can always put a piece of tape as a notch, or you can draw it with a marker. I find it quite easy to line up, so I don't bother. It's probably easiest if you had 2 different colors. There's 3 stencils for the flowers, but I want to see if I can get away with it with just 1 color. Woo! I'm kind of butterfingers today. Okay, then we need our purple brush here. I'm going to put some ink down. And then we're just going to come in. So this is what I want to be the lightest color. So I'm going to be very light. And I'm just going to come in and do a light dusting of, this is the new Petunia Pop. So I just want there to be a nice kind of solid base of purple, but not too dark. Okay. So that's the first one. It doesn't look like much right now. Next, we'll come in and we'll line this up like so. And then since I have 3 of these, I want another bit darker, but not to the darkest. So just by the fact that I'm putting a second layer down will make it darker, but I just don't want to go like crazy straight from the ink to the I love these masks. I hope they do them with more of our sets because it makes, I mean, coloring is nice and fun and therapeutically relaxing. But this is fun too, and it's like so quick and easy if you're doing a bunch. I don't know, I really like it. So you can see, this is all the same color, but I'm just kind of going darker as we go. So with this one, I'm just lining up these dots to know where to put it. And now I can go dark. You can go the full strength here. Like so. Okay. And then we've got a really nice flower. So you can notice I didn't do the outline with the stamp. I'm just using the stencils here. So then I'm going to wipe this off. And I'm going to put some green. I'm going to use Granny Apple, I think, for this. And I think I forgot to take out the brush. Here we go. Okay. So then we've got 2 stencils for leaves. And since my notch was up here, I know at least which way to start with this. And then you're going to be like, well, how the heck do you line it up? You know what? It's a lot harder. I forgot about that. You might. So I'm lining up with the edge of the flowers here. I forgot that I didn't have the outline from the stamp. So it is a little bit more finicky, but it's still doable. Okay, That looks about right. This one, my tape curled over. So if this is your first time using it, you'd probably want to notch it. The stream keeps freezing for you. Oh man. You know what it's funny, Yolande, is yours was doing that for me the other day when I was watching on YouTube. I was watching the replay. Hopefully it's not freezing up for others. Linda, is it freezing up for you? Let me know. Hopefully it's not my Wi-Fi. I can't tell. My thing doesn't show how the Wi-Fi is doing here. Like I said, I did put a booster. So hopefully I don't have issues. This room is notorious to not be the best. However, I have, like last week, I didn't even have the booster and it seemed okay. So I was just hoping that maybe my iPad wouldn't freeze up on me, and so far, so good. So yeah, it hasn't frozen up here on this end. Isn't that pretty? It's like all these ta-da moments. And the puppy's back from her walk. It's funny because I moved upstairs telling myself, because it is annoying, like I'm at the front of the house and you know it's noisier than being in the basement, but it's like, oh, you know, the kids aren't around anymore, there's nobody at home, it should be good. But it just so happens that both kids are home. One's sick, one just took Aspen for a nice run, so I don't have the nice peace and quiet, so I might have to get a door on this room, which I don't, it's open right now. It's open to the stairwell, to the front, so. You never know, she just had a walk. She's crazy. Okay. So now we have a beautiful floral masterpiece. Well, not a masterpiece, but look at all this ink that's still here. I hate to wipe up the ink. It's like wasted ink. Okay. All right, so then I'm going to grab my Big Shot again and move this out of the way first. And then we're going to, and that was just all one color. That was all Petunia Pop and all Garden Green. So you can really get a lot of shading through just that. So before I run it through, I don't want to stick the tape down even more. So we'll have that. And then we'll grab our die. Like so. It goes this way. And line it up. It's a little bit more difficult to line up without the stamped image, but it's doable. I think that's about good. So we'll just tape it down so it doesn't move on us. And then I'm going to run it through. Isn't it nice now that I can use my Big Boss and it doesn't like shake and make you guys seasick? This table is so big and solid, it doesn't shake, which is nice. And I was looking for an overhead holder camera thing and I found a really nice one, but this table's actually too big for it. It's like, oh, so see, I always flip my plates when it starts bumping this way. That means it's time to flip it over the other way. And you can tell this is like so well used, and I use it till it basically, well, this has a couple cracks starting, so it'll crack right through, but I just keep using it until it's no longer usable. Okay, and then instead of making a second flower, like I said, I think I might try and just, what do you guys think? Should I just cut this one out and pop it up, or will it look funny? I'm gonna try. I'm going to try. I'll be the guinea pig, and then you'll know. Okay, here we go. Cutting out the flower. Okay. Oh no. Oh no, it cut out. I didn't realize it was going to do that. Why did it cut that one? Huh. Okay, well, let's see what I want to do then. See how we can make that work. Okay. I didn't realize it cut a piece of that off when it does that. Okay. So we'll grab our warped paper here. Let me glue it onto here so that it's not so warpy. You like my made up words? Okay. I should have had that gluing while I was doing the other stuff. Okay, that's better. All right, then, can't remember, I think I used dimensionals on here. Why is this so much smaller? Huh? Oh, maybe not. I figured with dimensionals it would stick better because of how bumpy the raised embossed area is. Now I have lost my dimensionals. Where did they go? I just had them out. Huh. How do things just walk away? I don't understand. Okay, my desk is like empty, so it's very hard to lose things. You know, usually I'm used to losing things. I always lose things as I'm doing these lives. But literally, there's nothing. Oh, I put them away in the drawer. See, I have to get used to this whole new setup. I have drawers now. I'm not used to having drawers. I'm gonna have to I'm gonna have to label my drawers just so I know what I have where. I'll get used to it. It just, you know, change time. Takes me time. My brain doesn't readjust right away. Okay. So we'll try that. Take all this off. You could put way more if you really didn't want it to flatten out, but with the dots there, it's more just so that it sticks when you put it down. Otherwise there would just be, the only points would be where the dots are, and you just don't know. And it just fits. Excuse me. Okay, so then maybe we can put a little, that's a mini here. Oh, where does this one go? This one goes here, so maybe we'll wait. This one goes here. So this, I think, goes here. Is that right? This is the missing piece here. Okay, and then I think I want to raise this up higher. So I don't know if you guys ever do this. I'm gonna double up. So I'm gonna put, I took off the sticky and now I'm putting a second set, so it's double the height. There we go, and then we're just gonna kind of, I'm gonna try and slide it a bit over the top here. There, and then it's got that extra, did I miss? No. Anyways, it's got a bit of extra height, but I do think, so let me pull out my original. So I left this bottom one solid and then I just popped this one on top, which did give it a bit more dimension, I think. And then I just stamped with the You Make My Heart Smile from the stamp set. And I added, and then I added these beautiful, what are they called? Adhesive Back Pearl Trio. This is in the new catalog, and I used this purpley one, and it goes quite nicely, I think. So that is the finished version. It's not too bad, actually. So this one I used Fresh Freesia and Petunia Pop. This one I only used Petunia Pop. So you can see, you can get a very similar similar reading doing with one color. Okay, next I need to wipe these because we're changing colors. Oh, what a mess. It's the one thing. Okay. Pieces flying everywhere. Just because depending on what color you're putting on next, what am I doing? I'm doing a lighter color, so I'm gonna have to. If you were going darker, it wouldn't matter as much unless it was a totally different color. But let's just, am I on the right side? Yeah. Okay. Oops. Okay, so be gentle when you're cleaning these, because like I just bent it. I usually just rinse them under water and then set them to dry. That is the easiest way. So if you're not doing a live where you're doing 3 different things with 3 different colors, I would suggest just rinsing them, and then you don't run the risk of bending them. I really did a good job on that. Okay, I think we're ready to go again. So for this one, what am I doing here? I've got a piece here and here. So with this one, I'm going to be using Lemon Lolly, Lemon Lime Twist, and Pretty in Pink. Pretty in Pink is one of our new in colors. Excuse me, I need to put my nose. All right. I really am much better. Imagine what I was before. All right. So once again, I'm going to tape this down. This time I'm going to stamp the outline. So I've got my stamp on. If you have the Stamparatus or Misty or something where you can do it multiple times, that's the safer way. But since it is clear, I probably could stamp it more than once. I do really like this stamp because it's very fine. Like it's just like a nice light line. It's not a thick something. It doesn't matter where I stamp it because I'm going to cut it out. And you just want to make sure you get a good, if you don't have a nice flat surface or a surface that will kind of give, you might want to use the foam mat. I don't know if that's still in the annual catalog, to be honest, now that I think of it. I don't even have it up here. It's still downstairs in my craft room, my old craft room. Tools. Stamp tools. Stamp Paris Mat 82. Looks like it's still in here. So if you need a nice surface to stamp your photopolymer because they don't have that foam, then this mat is pretty handy to have. Okay, so I'm going to start with my lightest color and the big how are we going here? Like this. Okay, and you can see when it's stamped, it's super easy to line up. And we're going to start with the Lemon Lolly. So we'll get some Lemon Lolly. And I'll just come in and now I did start wondering, so for some of this, I found sometimes it looked like my ink was bleeding a bit, the black, and I was wondering if because it's the watercolor ink, like technically you're not supposed to watercolor with Memento, you're supposed to use it with the alcohol blends. I was wondering if I used the ink enough that it was going to make the ink bleed, because these inks are water-based and Memento was used for alcohol. I wasn't sure, so then I was tempted to maybe, I told myself I should try with the StazOn, but then I forgot. Okay, I just want a nice light yellow base, like so, and I'm going to grab a new wipe because that one is so full of purple and greens. done with the yellow. Okay. So we've got all of our yellow here. Then we'll go to number 2. And now you'll see, so there's the dots where the daisies are. So that's easy to line up. Another dot there, and then another dot there. Just gonna keep fiddling till it looks right. Or if you want to go the more direct route, mark where your notch goes and just go where the notch is, and then it's super easy. My washi tape has been through the wash a few too many times, I think, that it's starting not to stick. I'm just gonna put an extra piece here. It doesn't seem to want to stick. Okay, so we're done with the yellow. Now we're gonna move on to Pretty in Pink. So now I want to be very light because I'm going to use the pink twice. So this is going to be my lighter part. And I feel like it isn't going to look like much, but I don't want to put too much. And I'm sure once we lift the mask, it will show pink. We can check, and then we can put it back down. So I don't know about you, but this doesn't look super pink to me, but I'm gonna check. And that's got some nice pink to it. So I think I'm gonna leave it as that. And then we're gonna go to the next one. Like so. Okay, and then we're gonna now go full dark pink. Like so. Ta-da! I love those ta-da moments. Okay. Now all we need to do is the leaves. I don't know, there's oh, there we go. My comments are slowly, maybe you guys are just not commenting. Because I think the comments go away when there's no comments coming in. So I'm never sure if there's just no comments. So far so good. I haven't frozen up, you guys. This is amazing. Okay. I don't usually freeze up on the live, but I do freeze up on my iPad. So at least I can see what I'm showing you instead of being off screen and you guys are like, I can't see anything. Okay, so now we've got the lemon lime twist, and again, gonna come in just lightly. Aren't these masks just like, I mean, coloring is relaxing, but this is just as relaxing. Like, I love the blender brushes. I love just kind of, I don't know, something about it. Just relaxing. Okay, we've got some nice light green leaves, and then we can darken them up with, so So you can see it's a lot easier to line up with the black. Outline. I think that's about right. Okay, now we're gonna darken it up. You could use multiple colors if you wanted to really have more contrast, but I kind of like the soft, like I find it blends more when you're just color on color and you just kind of keep getting lighter to darker, like so. Isn't that pretty? And that's okay because we're going to cut it out. Okay, so I'm just going to quickly cut this off screen. Well, no, I have to bring in my Big Boss for another part of this. So I'll bring it over here. Okay. So we've got, oops, I've got our piece here. And so you can see again, it's much easier to line up the die with having the stamped outline, but it's doable without. So if you didn't want the stamp and you only wanted the stencils, you can still get a very pretty look for not a lot of cost. Oh, I was about to put this away, but I need this. So we'll just leave this here. And then we've got our nice flowers. Then we need our card base here. And I'm just gonna fold it in half. I don't know where I don't know if I have a bone folder handy. Oh, I do. Okay, and then now that I know where my half mark is, I'm going to take my card and I'm going to take this, it's from the Elegant Border Dies, which are in the online exclusives, and I'm going to cut the edge of my card. So, I'm gonna run it through here. And we've got our edge cut. Now I think I can put that away. Oh, well, I'll show you. Just be careful taking it off that you don't tear your paper. And I have somehow lost my Take-A-Pic tool, moving upstairs and downstairs. I will find it. I did get an email today that my Stampin' Storage stuff is shipped. So I don't know how long it'll take, probably about a week. And then I really get to get organized. And that's when exciting times. All right. So there's my card base. And then I've got a piece of Pretty in Pink Designer Series paper. Now, should I show you my original? So my original, I decided to use an entire piece on the back, and then I cut out a rectangle using the Radiating Stitches dies, and I put that in for my to write a message so it doesn't show. And then I put my flowers on top, and I actually, you can tell, so if we turn it this way, I actually I lined this up like this, and then I took my border die. So I decided where I wanted it, and then I put my border die back on where it belongs. Like so. And then I stuck it down to the flowers, and I ran it through like so. So if we bring our, actually I'm just going to cut it while it's over here. So then you can see, if I take it out, I need to get I saw someone has a die cutting cam, so if I can get a separate camera, I think that would be so nice. She just flips over and you don't have to like move the Big Boss all the time. So then it would go like this, right? And I just glue it down. So what, you know, the thing with this is it's good to think outside of, oh, I need to use this whole piece all in one. Sometimes it's nice to use the pieces in pieces and parts, or I'm just going to try and get a bit of glue on these little teeny spots here so it stays down. And then I'm going to line this up like so. So, okay. So you're not always, you know, oh, I'm just going to slap it in the middle because that's where it fits, right? Sometimes it's nice to just use a piece of it. And don't forget, you can cut things off. You can, you know, it doesn't have to be just right. So with this one, like I said, I did the full. If you really want it to stand properly, you could use a window sheet there. I really like the look how it, but I was thinking I was gonna do it like this and glue it here, I think. So if I put this here, and then glue that down. Why are we, oh, did I, oh, I didn't hit the glue. I'm not sure what I did there. And then we'll just trim this to fit. And then I don't know why we're sticking here. Oh, that's why. So, if you do, oh, I think my eraser's downstairs. Somehow oh, this is probably from when I ran it through. I'm not sure what that is from. I do have a glue eraser, the rubber eraser that'll take that right off, but it's downstairs. So I'll do that later. And then I just stamped happy anniversary. Like so. I think I might change the sentiment on this one, so I'm not going to stamp it. But, and if you didn't like this, you could cover this with a white piece of paper so you didn't know any better. Or you could cover the whole thing again with white if you can't get that off, but it should come off just fine. So there is our, so with that, I did go quite a bit lighter on this one because I found in this one it did kind of blend into each other. So you want to go really light on that second one with the pink. But it's pretty, right? I like these colors. All right. Next, so this one was inspired by another demonstrator. She did kind of a, I always forget about this technique, where you do like make your own designer series paper. So she did this with some different colors, and it reminded me of this wallpaper that I had seen quite a few years ago, and I love it. I was looking online the other day to see if I could find some to put in this craft room. I don't know where I would put it at this point though, because I don't have a lot of wall space. So, oh, fun, Marcy. Oh, I'm glad you're gonna try. Woo! Okay, I just have to wipe these again as I'm switching up my colors once again, completely different colors. So let's wipe this. I gotta make sure I don't go too far over time. I might just, I'll show you. Actually, I've started a few steps of this because I think, well, I didn't want to bore you because this one you get to do coloring and masking and. This one uses it all. Okay. Let's just, hopefully most of the color is off. Ooh. And here we go. All right, we've got our leaves. I'm going to move these last colors out of the way. And we'll bring in the new. So this one I'm using 2 colors for my flower. I'm using Bubble Bath and Moody Mauve. And then for the leaves, I'm using Pebble Path. A gray. Yes, a gray. You heard me right. And what is this one for? Okay. So we'll start again here. Oops. And you can see how 2 colors will change things up. And we're going to stamp the outline again. So I've got my pretty good. But do you see how like light the lines are? Like it went a bit dark where I had a bit of extra ink, but it's so nice and fine. I really like that. Okay, so we're going to line things up again, or attempt to line things up again. And I'm going to start with the lighter color. And I don't know, I never realized how light Bubble Bath looks on, maybe I just need to re-ink the pattern. But it always had ink on, so I wasn't having troubles with that. Oh, I always go to do the light pink, but Bubble Bath is actually purple. It's in the purple family. So I'm just going to try and take some of the Petunia Pop off, because it is a bit darker. Okay, then we're going to come in with the Bubble Bath. don't want to really go hard with the brush because then I'll start getting the patina pop coming out of there. So I'm just gonna be light with the bubble bath. Right? No, bubble bath. Yeah, bubble bath is in the purple family. Which explains why last year I had it in with my pinks and I could never make it work. And really, if you put it with the purples, it works a lot better. Okay, so I have a nice light pink background. So it does look more pink once you pull it off. It's just hard to see when you're doing things. Oh, that's fine. I'm like, this isn't working. Okay, so dot, 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 dot. Okay, I think we're good there. All right, then I'm gonna switch over to Moody Mauve. And I'm going to be very light with it because it is quite dark. Of course, this is the one that I've kind of mangled the mangled the stencil. Eee. I'm gonna go this way. Don't mangle your stencils. Be kind. Okay, I went a little dark there. I forgot this was my... I was so worried about the mangled stencil. I forgot it was the first layer. So there we go. And then we have... Wait, what's going on? Why? There we go. Like, why are my dots way off? Okay, now we can go dark. And then, ta-da! So another pretty version of, it looks like a pink flower, but it's kind of a purpley pink flower. Nails down the chalkboard. Okay, then, I don't know how true the colors are for you guys through the camera. Then we've got our pebbled path. So we're gonna go light for the first bit. I always find it hard to necessarily see the color with having the mask on. So then sometimes you're like, oh, it needs a bit more color. So I would say put less than what you think. Because even though it looks really light, it'll be darker than you think. See? It's quite dark, but I don't know about for you guys on the camera, but it looked very light to me. And so I went a bit darker, which I probably could have kept it a bit lighter even. Oops. There we go. That looks pretty good. Then we'll come in and go for the darker. Once you've gotten to your darkest color, then you can go full as dark as you think it should be. I find that then it's never too much. I mean, there probably is too much at some point, but there we go. Isn't that pretty? I really like this. Okay, and then, so my dreamy wallpaper actually has a black background. So I think I came up with this when I was looking. So Owen wanted his room painted. So this was, I can't remember if it was right before COVID or during COVID. He decided he wanted a black room. And so I was kind of researching what the best black was, and I came across this beautiful wallpaper, and it was these big pinky purple flowers, and they probably were more grayish leaves, and then black, and then all the trim in the room and stuff were white, and oh, so pretty. Anyways, so that's where oh my god, you guys, I totally did this wrong. Okay, so I'll do a different card with this one. Luckily, I've already started the other one. What I meant to do, as I'm talking about wallpaper, was I meant to stamp 1 and then 2 and then colored it twice over. So then I would get, I can't believe I just did that. Oh my goodness. All right. So I've pre-colored some of it. So yeah, I stamped it once here and again here to make wallpaper, not just a single flower. Anyways, you saw the colors, you get the idea. I've started coloring this because I did not want to take 2 hours with you sitting there watching me color. And I'm going to hurry this up. I'm going to show you just here, I left some. So with the blends, so like I said before, we've got Memento, and then we've got like the water-based inks. So I find it's really forgiving. So I go right up to the edge and it kind of just blends into each other. Like it doesn't, the black doesn't really hide. I don't know. It's not something you have to take super, like you still want to outline it and not just like color over top, but it's very forgiving. It's not like so tedious. And you're just going to go around wherever there's white. You're going to cover up the white. So what I do is I do this whole outline so that I know I'm not going to color into my colors. As I get silent, coloring. Okay, I'm just going to go across like this. So this is the light basic black. There is a dark. I was too afraid to go to the dark. However, the wallpaper that I do dream of is black, not this kind of gray black, but you know, until I was looking for black paint for Owen's room, I did not realize it's like white. There's 50 million shades of black. There's bluey blacks, there's warm blacks, there's cold, like it just goes on and on. Black is not just black. And then, yeah, you would just keep going and color away. And the nice thing with the blends is it doesn't like leave lines and streaks. And then I did a separate flower and cut it out. So I stamped it on a piece of scrap paper and I just blended the one flower that I knew I was gonna cut out. Then with the dies that come in the set, so not only does it come with the main 2 flower kind of dies, we also have some leaves, and I'm not sure what this one is. It must be part of the, oh, it's this one. No, yeah, it's this little flower. And this is this, yeah, and then the leaf, and then a little tag. So I cut out some leaves here with Moody Mauve and Pebble Pink. And then I put it all together to get this pretty black and purple wallpaper. Isn't it pretty? I don't know. I don't know why. It just, my eyes, I just love the look of it. So that is my last card. I can't believe I did that. Okay, so I think after seeing, so oh, for this one I used, what are they called? They are called Tinsel Gems 4-pack. They are in the new annual, they were in last year's catalog, so you might already have them. But they're still in the catalog. They have a yellow, a pink, a blue, and a green. And I used You're the Best from Hooray for Surprises. And I saw that. And then, so for the flower part, I used our retired rectangle stitch dies, but you can just cut if you don't have them. But so I have that. I feel like this needs some bling. Like I was thinking maybe some pearls, just white pearls or something. And then, so here's our 3 cards. So this is without the stamp. This is just the stencils with an added embossing folder. And you could use any sentiment. And then here I've used the stamp and the stencils and the die, but you could fussy cut that. And then for this one, I used everything. The dies, the stamps, and the stencils. So there we go. I think the lesson learned here today is that the stencils are definitely worthwhile if you're going to get any piece of this bundle. All right. Hopefully you enjoyed that and it has inspired you to pull out whatever stencils you have and play. And if you don't have this set, it is the bomb. I love it, love it, love it. All right. Take care. Oh, I guess it's Mother's Day this weekend. So happy Mother's Day to you mothers out there. And we will see you guys next week. All right. Bye.